Okay, I go to record some answers. Okay, so you say the long update, boot times. Okay, but if I just do a reboot of Home Assistant, it's not that slow. It takes some time, of course, and everything has to go back, but not as slow as if I do this box. And it takes extra time, so as I showed, it was starting up the box, and then it takes a long time to finally start Home Assistant. So that is something that is, I think, something wrong. Okay. Is it safe to unplug it and just boot it back in? That's the question. So please give me an answer. Is it really safe, or that there are settings or things lost if I would do that like this? Okay, Zigbee device is connected to a not previous encounter situation. I think you saw it, and I don't know how to reset the system logs, because every time I look in the system log, there is this whole long list going back to when I first installed this system. So I don't know how to clear the system log so we can just get any of the last errors only, instead of having to scroll manually through the whole thing, or if there is somehow a possibility to quickly go to, let's say, the last couple of days, so I can notice these system logs, or I can download them and clear them somehow from the system. Backup every time. I always do prefer a data backup, or everything a backup as possible. And yes, I had to re-add or repair them all. So some I did repair just by getting back the old saved system state, sometimes, and others I then still had to repair them. About these system stability crashes, during the crash, I don't know, it just happens. I hope these server related issues are only to do with the updates. I don't know. At the moment it's this, yesterday it worked, and today it worked. Not yet crashed for sure, so I don't know what will happen. User interface responses. Okay, yes, it is still somehow a problem. It just lags. And I don't know how to. I try to find this system cache usage. How do I make sure it's clear anyway? But I was looking for system cache to clear, but I would expect it would clear automatically when you do a reboot, but somehow that seems not to be. So that's my question. How do I make sure that it's not that? Time zone, okay. What is still doing in the backend processing? So my question is, what are you doing there? Is it not, I thought it was all working local. So when I understand it now, it's working with some server on the internet instead of locally working. Okay, interface control issues, I was providing it, so okay, you will get it now. I switch my screen to the other screen, so now it's going to be here. Second, okay. So here I go to devices, and this is still what's going on. I done this long before I started the other thing. So here you see all the devices. Now I'm zoomed in, of course. So now I have the radiator Doka, which says it's cool, 5.5 degrees. Okay, so I press it, and then I go here to the right, and still this. and actually now at the moment it went from 5.5 as you see to 0 degrees. Now put it on heat, 0, but here there's nothing to do. These are all ZigBee devices. Power outage, still the same. It's only shown here, all these ZigBee devices are all just here, and I cannot do anything with it. Here this is loading. It can be like 20 minutes or longer and nothing happens. So and I would expect to be here some kind of settings. And here this is also still ZigBee, and this is ZigBee. As you can see, it's just not doing anything. And I would expect, I mean, this is just information, okay, that with the other things I should be able to do settings on it. So I think this is somehow really wrong. I don't know, it should be sharp. I see it. I'm looking at the laptop screen or at the tablet screen. So let's see, and this is now you see what's happening is doing. So I have these indicators and the setting. Nothing. And this is somehow another room. And this is a Wi-Fi anyway, but it's still just doing this. So this somehow, it should be give me some options, I think, to set things, but nothing can be done here. It's all these devices that I have here on the screen. So I think there is something totally wrong with this whole thing. So here you have a couple of scenes. And here they say they're offline. They're not. They're on. I can read them, but okay, maybe it's not updated already that fast here, but it's I think the screen is making this, the background is making the autofocus not working right somehow on this camera. It will stay blurry because the background is just making the autofocus doing some strange things. So here these printers, these devices are online, but can be found somehow by this. Energy of course not installed. Automations. Probably the automations are here that are only done in iSG and not in their automations all are done Home Assistant. And here you got this space intelligent thing that is, I guess, still not working. And here I still got the message, the internet is not available, but I'm sure it is available. So here it says not available. And I didn't install that. So here got some errors with here. Also strange, here you said API Capture is not installed. When I go to Tools, you see it installed. Question mark, how is this possible? So in all it's not installed, in Tools it is installed. There must be some strange thing here going on, and let's see when I go to here, I see it's ZigBee to MQTT, and its conversion takes a long time. Service logs, they're just like this. So you ask for service logs to see that I can go all the way down, but this is not really readable for something strange, I think. Here you see something. I have no idea if this is wrong or not. You probably can read it better than I can or understand it, but I don't know how to save this to be readable for other reasons. And I will have a look later. I always do backup, like I said, so this will be doing, and this takes a while. So some time ago, after that backup, I pressed open, and this is what happened. And I will check in at, so it's now already in about a minute ago when I opened it, and I will go back in a couple of minutes if there is something to show in MQTT. So there is, this can't be right, it takes so long. There must be something opening on this page, I think, but it's just giving this busy symbol running all the time. So now it's over 10 minutes later and this screen is still popping up, only think it's just the white screen and it's just doing this all the time, trying to start the interface of MQTT, I think. Somehow, it's still doing this and there's nothing else on it, so the only thing you can try to do is cancel it, so press right and then you go back. So I don't know what here we can do, it's just not working to open it, and that is probably, so here I did again, so here it is, and that's all you can do is close it. So that's not really working. Let's see, the Home Assistant server is of course running now because after a long time waiting it's starting. Here's still saying checking version, as you see all the time. I mean, now I zoomed in a lot, so now you probably can see it. Now, I just let it go for a while, and then you can see how long this takes. So now it's checked. Okay, so I can do another backup, of course. And somehow this backup is different than from the backup. So I can close backup now, I go OK. And this backup seems to be different from the backup settings that I've done in the system itself. And somehow the setup is all, the restore is also different. So last time I had to use this restore to get something running back. And this just takes a long time. I don't know where the backup is going. I have no idea where it is written or something like that. But I just know it takes quite some time. And I don't think that is okay. So you probably know why it's taking this long. I'll be back soon. And really my system is not that big. I don't have that many things running on it, as you have seen before. It's just quite simple setup. Small house, not many devices. Still takes forever. So it's 19 o'clock and 17 minutes. I'm going to pause it and I will be this record and I will be back later and I hope to then show you again something. But this is really slow. So now it is 19 hours 26 and it's still backing up. I don't know what's happening here. Like I said, doing the backup normally it's faster inside Home Assistant. So now I'm back, it's there, and for you I go to the service logs, and here you see it's still going on, starting with this things in 2025 12 with lots of messages, but there's no way I can just go down there. I don't know why. How? I press the end button and other buttons, and it's all like this. And of course, all the time, this is the iOS device listing. And this Android TV box is, I think, only for your system, but every time the message, this is of course the same. And here it goes again. but this is of course already a long time ago, and is 26 seconds, second two, so it should be in. There's a long time to go. A lot of more warnings about maybe not working things. I don't know what this is. Every time again, it has been there, but I don't know how to clear this log or do anything on this log. Just go out. The dependency check is taking quite a long time as well, of course, as I showed you last video. What can be done here, and here you see all these time zone things that I talked about last time. So this is something that, okay, you wrote it is okay, because somehow it uses the internet for this. I don't know why. I think it would be running totally locally a home assistant, but somehow here it's not. So that's, I think, is maybe not the best thing. Let's see. So this one is the same. Checking version takes a long time, and it's there. I think yes, now it's there. So it's still pretty standard all. Also strange here we got not installed at the fully kiosk browser, and when I go to tools it is installed, as you see. I don't know how it works. How can it be installed on one place and not on the other place? So here on top you got this list of all and tools. So in all is not installed, and if I go to tools it is installed. How is that possible? And I don't know for the other things. So here it seems to be installed energy management and data record and spatial intelligence. I don't think it's really installed. It's installed here, spatial. And here they are as well, but okay, they are also installed. But there are also discrepancies beside in there. And what else do we want to see? Like I said, these logs. Is here this log is disabled here to get some speed. So I don't know how you want me to clear those logs, and I already did the clear cache. So do it again. There's like seconds, and there seems to be nothing there, and still it will be very slow. So just to restart, this will go pretty fast, but then it takes quite a long time before the Home Assistant is running again. So that's not that good. So when I would disable this and will enable it, takes hours, literally hours. Devices you saw, I will go back to the other screen soon. So that's the update for today. I'm really thinking of just dropping this somehow and installing Home Assistant on just a normal system, normal computer in somehow in probably just in an own environment or things like that, to make it working a bit faster. This is terrible how this works. While browsing through the file system, here I found a temp log, and as you see here, there's a lot of messages about trying MySQL and Go, new MySQL, these, what is opening and try to open a local port, I think, and its connection refused. So there is something refusing itself on this own system. So I don't know what this doing, but it's there every time when there is a reboot. It looks like, because it has been a while before then, and as you see here, 20 to 20 seconds when it restarts again, and it comes up with the same kind of error somehow. I don't know if you can understand the whole error. It's there in the log, but it's there at the last, I think the last start. So there is some error in it, and there is a 20, the same kind of error again, and after that one, of course, then you got a data run, and then it's somehow okay. So there might be this error that is preventing it from starting fast, because it's the same error every again. So I try to have it on the screen so you can see it, and I think it's every time when the system is rebooted, and this gets longer the more times later it gets. And I don't know which SQL databases starts to look at, but is always also seems to be looking at the same things. You understand better than I can, I think. There's some errors at least here, so. It has to do with something with the system you have put on, so, and what is going to is using some local system, as you can read yourself, I guess. 3206 is port, and then starts to try to log in his own database. And I think this could be something to do with this really slowing down the boot, since that's like half an hour in the every time in the almost half an hour just staying there and then trying again. I guess look here. So I think there's something there in that log file. So in the downloads iSG add-on, and then you got this file. So it might be here, I don't know, where it is going, and I don't know how to clear logs. Of course there's nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. There's, I don't know why, what is this? Why are these files here? Test of 0 bytes. Which are totally empty, of course. And I don't know how to go lower than that. And here's of course the inserted drive to have these updates and also have these backups when I can make a backup and export it. So always try to do that with the total backup. I don't know what's there, so I really don't look that much inside it. So. And this is probably the same. So it's decent file. Maybe you can read it. For me, it's too much to try to read all this. Okay, that's this for today. So I did a restart and I just let it run so you can see it, and I will be back in some time. Oh, it's already there. And I go to the it's really running so fast. This time it will be great. Home Assistant is running. So this was a really fast restart, so it worked this time. I don't know. I deleted all things I could find to delete on the whole system, so maybe it is really dead, or now it's just missing something, I don't know, but now it didn't do a real restart. Of course, I just went to the update and checked if there was an update, and then it did this restart, so maybe now it's running faster. I'll check later. But now, as you can see, it has disabled itself somehow again. I was looking at my Home Assistant and it is not starting. And now it's starting again. So I don't know why it's stopping and restarting. And now it seems to be, it's still staying starting. I'm starting MQTT is sending it now on the screen. And now it seems to have started. It said Home Assistant has been started. So somehow after a start it needs to restart again. So it's probably working now, I don't know. But I don't know where to see or get the good logs. Let's see here in service logs. And although all logs in Home Assistant itself are empty, it's still not here, so and it's impossible to scroll through all this, I don't know. Please let me know where I can delete this old service logs so we can have a look at the most recent things that are happening. I mean, it must be possible to delete the service logs somehow, somewhere, so that we have not this problem. I got this TV box disabled also now, so almost everything has been disabled on this system to make it start up a bit faster. As you see, the add-ons are which are there as Home Assistant, Broadlink, Zigbee to MQT, Z-Wave, Node-RED. I never used it, but okay. Serial Port, MQT Broker, File Manager, and these are installed Meta Server, but I disabled it today because at this time I don't have any Meta apparatus there, and so is all the other things are installed but not enabled at this time, just to get a bit of lean-wave, and then the rest is not installed. So I disabled some extra services that are not enabled at this time. I don't use it at this time. As you can see, they're not enabled. So maybe that has to do with the speed, but like I said, I cannot see the service log, so I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, another one. I have now pretty much every time it's also when I click it is just resetting again. Not like every time. Okay, I have now here, for example, I have a light. Okay, it says on and it is on. I click on it, and as you see, you have again the same box that is doing nothing. And when I click again on this light, and now it says off. Okay, and this time it's off. This can't be switched off or on because they don't have power. I'm missing a lot of other lights somehow, but I can just go click on this and I can go here and I can look if I can see anything else here or here, because the printer is running and it can't be right because I don't know what happened here. Okay, but I cannot set it at least. Let's see if it this time will stay on or it will again just restart the whole thing. Now my light there is suddenly on again, or before it was off, so that's something strange. And let's go to power, no problem. Let's see if it still works. I can click on it, it doesn't matter because it probably won't go. And now of course you never know what will happen, when it will just somehow I got it restarting every time now, so because sometimes it just starts, this position cannot be real because it's down, all the way down. I can look at in Home Assistant and I know that it's down, so this is very strange messages here. Let's go sensors, let's see when it is crashing this time. That's normal, okay. Where are all the other ones? I have 4 there, but this should be all, I don't know. Last time, sometimes it works and sometimes it just crashes. Here it crashes again. This should not happen. It just, I click and I will try to put some devices on it, or sometimes it works and sometimes it just like crash. And this is of course also a problem when you're running Home Assistant. And this time now it's going pretty fast because I cleared a lot of things. And now of course it will have to run again every time. So this is some kind of error. Now it's seems to be running, and I just have to see if it stays running again. But I don't know what is happening to it. So that's not okay if you use your devices and it keeps on, yes, just rebooting. And well, I cleaned it all with the cleaner, the app that that you can use if you go into this whole system. Now, of course, Home Assistant still has to run again. It's yes, Home Assistant is gone and it's gone up again on the computer. So I don't know what's happening to it. That if you use, and it's not always the same. So now Home Assistant is updating again, connecting. So that's why I hear your messages going to my phone. So now it will probably be running, but that also means that some devices are back into another state that they were before. So this is somehow this every time is crashing is not good, and I already disabled as much apps and things as I could and keep it cleaning, and somehow it is just crashing all the time. I don't, or rebooting, not crashing, but so if I go to system settings and I go to apps, and this is very then I found that there is a cleanup app, and when I do that open, somehow it cleans a lot. And do it again, another 8 megabyte I guess. So now it's, I don't know what it is, but somehow it's not the, I guess now it has some more space. Where can I go to? Clean extra, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much a problem when it just restarts. I think that has to do with this problem that it was restarting sometimes, or just not starting and getting cold and dark in the a couple of times already, and some devices are lost at that time of course, because some buttons and things that are battery loaded probably were gone as well. I don't know if they're now back. So I don't know what is this, what we can do about it, or what we can do about it, but I think this thing is just not really stable. I mean, if you just click on the devices and turn some lights off and things like that, and it then just restarts. I don't know about what you think is stable, but I don't think that is stable. And here you see again the service logs. As you see, I managed to clean a lot of it, but I don't know if you see any strange things in this. This is Zigbee 2 and QTT. I mean, I don't know if you see something strange. I think these are all the things, the settings that is doing again, but for all the heaters. Yes, the autofocus is not really working well on this camera. But I've been looking to get VNC on it so I can make a direct screen recording, but I don't know how to do it on this machine. I cannot get that installed, so maybe you have directions how to install a VNC server so that I can go to another computer and just make a screen recording of it all, but if that is at all wanted. As you see, it's just going on like that all the time, so I don't see a lot of errors here, or any errors. And of course, when I try that, it will probably just do nothing again. And I think if you open it, it should display something instead of just this. So there are some errors still in this whole thing. So the restarts, places that don't work, don't update the right sensor or other information about some lights or anything else. Heaters don't work well. While Home Assistant itself is running pretty fine, but just sometimes the box is stopping and restarting, and sometimes that includes, or I think all the time probably, a real restart is including Home Assistant, and then it has to restart again, and then loses some data. And that may be also some devices that have been added before and not backed and restored yet. I'm not sure what that is or what that happened. I hope not to lose too much in all this experimenting. So.